88%. Guys, I've got one number for you people today, 88%. I'm not going to tell exactly what is it about, but it affects me and you for sure. Well, the theme for today's topic is kintsugi. So what's kintsugi? Kintsugi is nothing but life giving you a second chance. The celebration of the imperfection which we all are. So, ever heard this butterfly theory? Butterfly flips its wing in Brazil, and there's a wildfire in California, which simply states that the simplistic action which we take will lead to a major reform. And mathematically, it can be proven as well. So in my case, I guess the kintsugi as well as the butterfly flipped its wing for the first time ever when I was in my school. I was a backbencher. A typical backbencher. This is my actual marks card as well. See that all those red lines? Never used to pass in any subject. Trust me, never used to pass. And they used to promote me, and every remark used to be promoted to 7th standard or 8th standard with a warning. So a major reform happened to me when I was in my 10th. So it was a month before my board exam. I was in ICSE. And my principal, along with all the faculties, called upon me and my parent with 14 faculties inside her cabin and offered me only one thing, that you haven't cleared the math examination from 6th standard, Harsha, and you're going to fail in the 10th board examination. And when you do that, our record of having a 100% result from past 20 years will be broken away from you. So there is a way out. We're going to give you 90% in your 9th marks card. Just leave the school, go join someplace else. You'll be having an year of backlog or something, but that won't affect you in longer run. Disheartened. I was a 16-year-old kid, man. I just wanted to plan my future with my few friends, my classmates. Everybody are going for the college, but I am supposed to go back to school, that too in a different school, with my juniors. Well, there, two things happened. One, my dad started fighting back for my right. Second, my friend simplistically told me that, Harsha, there is a bylaw in ICSE that if you clear the language, social, and science, and even if you fail the math examination, you'll be defaultly promoted. Clause 47B, if you're in ICSE, you'll be knowing it. That one bylaw became my lifeline. And I started preparing my exam, and I wrote the board examination, thankful for my dad as well. But guess what? The school was right. I never cleared my math examination. And my friend was right as well. I got promoted because of the default law which was there. So this was the first time ever I learned that the law is a shield which is there to protect you. All it asks you is to lift that shield and hold it for yourself. But what we do, we fear law. We always fear law, especially in India. We might be knowing the phrases like, I have a right to remain silent. Does that work in India? No, that doesn't work in India. Now, let me share you the second story. And today, I have only 4 simple stories. This was my first thing. I'll go for the second story. So, when I joined my 3 years LLB, I was transformed. I wanted to be open. I wanted to just go make things happen. So, when I joined my 3 years LLB, there was something called a Moot court competition. For those of people who don't know what is Moot court is nothing but a model court or a demo court, where the judges will be present, you'll be given certain case laws, and it will take at least 2 months of research work to go present your case. Because usually on the national level Moot court, semi-finals and finals will be judged by the sitting High Court and Supreme Court justice. Just because they want to encourage the law students, they'll be there for you people. So we prepared for 2 months, and we went and presented our case. When we were supposed to go for the semi-finals, we got a message stating that we haven't been qualified just by 1 mark. 1 mark, 2 months of work, gone. And what irritated me the most was the random people calling me and asking me, oh, Harsha, you didn't get qualified, what happened? I just turned off my phone, I went to my home, I just slept. And next day morning, it's where the kintsugi happened for me for the second time. I had received some 15 messages and 10 calls stating that the 4th team which had been qualified for the semi-finals had backed out because one of their teammates had a panic attack. So by default, we had lost by 1 mark, we have been promoted for the semis. Well, it was life gave me a second chance. We just went in, we presented our case, and fortunately we got for the finals as well. And we won the finals. So from getting out of the entire episode to winning the first prize, there's a difference, or what I felt looking back right now, there's a major thing which I did. That is, know this guy? Know the quote? Loyalty is a two-way street. If I'm asking for it from you, you're getting it back from me. When we got the opportunity to form our team, everybody wanted to have the best speaker, best researcher possible. We often do it. Even if it's a college event, if it's building up some kind of a project or something, we want the best ones available over there. But oftentimes, this makes a huge difference. That is, we have to go for the character of the person. We have to go for the quality of the person which exists over there. The loyalty was my foundation for my team. That's what made us to win the prize. This was my team. This was the entire judges, and this is us winning the prize. Now, I would like to go for my last ever Moot court which happened. This was in STM Law College, it's in Mangalore, and it was their 50th year annual celebration, and they had some 44 teams. So national level college, 44 teams, it's a huge deal for any colleges. And especially, they had 5 national level colleges, national law schools. National law schools are nothing but the IIT, IIM for the engineering people. So if those people are there in for the competition, subconsciously we'll be having a trademark, okay, my chances of winning are like going down slightly, but let me give it a try. So I was taking part in the PIL competition. PIL is nothing but the public interest litigation. So the court has a jurisdiction in India that if there is anything troubling the larger public, if you go for the court of law, High Court or Supreme Court, the court will barge in, they will step in for you, and they will protect you. And the major topic of the PIL was that there wasn't any topic. I can file whatever I feel like. So the topic which I was working on was so vast, I was supposed to get few cases from the US Supreme Court and all, so it went on forever. Went on forever in the sense, tomorrow morning I was supposed to present my case, today night I haven't even started typing. And this is the second or the third time ever I'm actually sharing this story, it's because a bit personal for me. I'm from Udupi, and this happened in Mangalore. You guys have seen the Kantara movie, right? So yeah, okay, we have a policy, like I was lost over there because I had all the materials inside my head. I know what to present, but without that hard copy, without showing the judges what is happening, and there were 5 different judges who were present to judge me over there. So 5 different judges means 5 different type of questions which I'm supposed to answer over there. So what happened over there was I went for a walk. It was around like 11, and it's like deserted. I went for a walk, and I found a small temple over there. And we have a theory that when you go for the temple in our places, you're supposed to speak. Like how I'm speaking to you people right now, you're supposed to speak. That's when the things will work out for you. And I spoke that this is my final year, and whomever I'm calling for a help, they're telling, you already won so many things, just let it be. One final go, it's not going to judge. It's not going to be a deciding factor for your this thing cause. Just let it be. But I spoke that I have everything in me, but I'm unable to put it out in the words. I'm not sure why. And I went back and I started typing around like 3 a.m. I finished my typing. It was 60 pages. With the documentation of all the records which I wanted, it was 600 pages. So I asked a couple of my friends for the printout, and they went in. But unfortunately, the Mangalore Electric Supply Company decided to do a grid reform or the major reform work on the same given day. So there was a power blackout. So the power came back in around like 9 a.m. in the morning, and they started printing it out. So I needed 6 copies, 5 for the judges, 1 for myself, but they barely managed to get 2 copies. And I went in, I was the last person, they were literally waiting for me. So the moment I went in, I apologized, stating that I have only 2 copies, not the 5, because of the reason so and so. And that's the most possible stupidity you can do in your moot court competition, because the judges doesn't like you starting with some reason which is totally your fault. Well, the presentation was supposed to be for 10 minutes. It went on for 25 minutes because they were interested in. And I got out and I was happy that at least I got to present my case. Rest doesn't matter right now because I was in my final year, and within a month I'll be done with my LLB as well. But the kintsugi happened once again for me. During the announcement, I got to know that I have won the first prize. And this is the Honorable High Court Justice felicitating me with the prize which I won over there. So the thing which I learned over there is that oftentimes in life, when we get broken by the life, we give up. We give up very soon. We don't even try to show it up. But for me, both the times, it may be irony that even the first time and the last time which I won my prize, I just went and showed up over there. That's all we need to do oftentimes. Now, let me go for the law which in India. I gave you guys a number, right? 88%. So I have one question for you. Would you guys risk a legal trouble to save somebody's life? You must have seen at least once in your lifetime, if you're traveling on a highway or something, there must be a person who is lying over there, unconscious or something, and people are surrounding and videoing it instead of helping it out. Well, there is an actually survey conducted by one of the organization which states that if you and me met with an accident or lying on unconscious on the road, people won't help you for only one single reason. That is because of the legal trouble. But the law protects you when you save that person's life. Unfortunately, in India, we are known to scare of the law, not to how to use it. Let me give you 2 examples of the basic law which can be applied in your life today. Ever been stopped by the traffic police? Yes, right? So what's the first thing which we do once the traffic police stops? Because even I used to do it. Before even I open my license, I'm going to take out 200 rupees note. Like, sir, please, sir, please. Okay, second option, whatever the violation or no violation, just pay the fine and leave. Third option, few people might be knowing, you can go contest in the court of law, but it's a time-consuming process. I'm not going to entertain that. Fine. But what if I told you today, there's a fourth and simplistic option available for every one of us. If you have no money on you, when the police stops you, and you want to leave over there, you can simply ask the officer over there to upload your offense on the portal, and you can pay the fine online whenever you're comfortable with. And yes, the law doesn't permit that person or the police officer to seize your vehicle. Did we know this law? Such a simplistic, basic law which has to be dealt with day to day in our life. But we will be knowing law only one time, when it has negatively affected us. We use it something to harm us. We never learn law. Second, ever been to a restaurant? Today you guys are hanging out, you'll be going out for some kind of hangout or something. When you go out, you'll be getting a bill. And it's a major practice in our India that whenever the bill comes in, they'll be having the service tax, 5% of service tax. You might ask them to remove it, and few times they're going to quote that it's already been mentioned in our menu booklet, and we can't remove it. You're already obliged by it. And they're going to show you some judgments and all. But what if I told you that's a totally, by definition, illegal practice? But we still keep on paying the service taxes. Forget about the service taxes, the water bottle. My friend came up with the interesting logic that every time we go for a restaurant, a 30 rupees water bottle, if you can see over there, will be charged 70 rupees to 100 rupees. Have you observed this? No, right? Is it legal? No, definitely not. But why don't we raise our voices over there? Why don't we know the law? It's not about you can't afford it. Trust me, we all can afford the 50 rupees, 100 rupees extra which to pay up over there. It's about the person, the kid who's standing behind you in the line who wants just a water bottle and he can't buy it. You can raise the voice for him. They doesn't agree? Fine. Just go for the consumer court, file a case, and trust me, only 2 times you have to visit the court of law, and the court will compensate for the legal trouble, plus for you as well. Forget about the kid. What about the worker, a daily wage worker, who has got his family for the mall just to have a day out, and he has only 200 rupees in his pocket, and he wants to buy a water bottle? He'll be looking up for you. Are you going to speak up for it? No. Because why? We fear law. Do we fear law? No. We fear that we don't know the law. As a lawyer, I'm going to share one story and one takeaway for you people today. There's a saying, a good lawyer knows when to speak, a great lawyer knows when to shut up. So there's a story of, this happened during the Roman era, and there was a king. Obviously, when there is a king and he's a strong believer in the astrologer, and one day the fine astrologer comes in and tells that, oh my lord, within a month from this date, your queen is going to die. Everybody gets shocked. Queen is going to die, queen is going to die. And unfortunately, the queen died on the exact same day. Now, the king is confused because either the astrologer is so good at his astrology that he predicted it exactly when she is going to die, or else he must have done something to prove himself. Regardless, he's a threat for him right now. So what does the king do for the threat? Kill him. So he's going to host a party for the astrologer on top of the mountain or something like that, and he's going to tell the soldier, the moment I give him like signal, just come in and throw that bugger out of my palace, he's going to die and, he's going to fall and die. So before he does that, before the signal comes in, he's going to do one thing, he'll be curious. He's going to ask the astrologer, oh astrologer, you're so good at predicting all the, everybody's death and future. When are you going to die? Because king has decided it already, right? So now the astrologer can grasp it. that it's gonna happen. And he's gonna have to say only one or two things which can save his life, the best shot. He'll be like, "Oh king, a month before your death, I'm gonna die." So then now, the king has to make a choice. The astrologer has proved himself already. I have to kill him and take that chance. Or else, just let him leave and just kick him out of the kingdom. Never came in. The astrologer survived. So oftentimes, we speak more than necessary. We get carried away when the things are happening in our side, especially if you're doing in a competition, if you're presenting certain things. Why do we overspeak? Why do we overstep? We don't know. And we get carried away. So as a lawyer, we have that policy. A good lawyer knows when to speak. A great lawyer knows when to shut up. So when you are in the legal trouble, you are in some kind of a scenario, oftentimes just shut up. And I do that. I keep on saying myself. And I don't want to overspeak as well over here today. So I keep on telling myself, okay, shut up, enough. So there was a study conducted also that the legal literacy rate in India, it's really, really low. Why? When TEDx people asked me to write a letter, I wrote one simplistic letter for them. Dear TEDx people, wherever you guys are reading this letter, wherever I am writing from this letter from, we both have one thing in common. That is, there's a law protecting you, there's a law protecting me. But unfortunately in India, people won't be getting to know law until and unless it has negatively affected us. And I want to change that. No, I'm not speaking about Indian constitution. I'm speaking about the basic rights of you, which the constitution or any barracks has provided for you. It's your right. You have to stand up for it. Not for yourself at least, for the kid who's standing behind you in your line, for the wage worker. So what's wrong in going for the court? Yes, I know that the court of the Indian judiciary has been projected as a jolly LLB case. I'm not going to deny it, but that's what the imperfection is about. So I, Harsha Prabhakar, encourage you people to know the law and the life which has given the kintsugi for me, and I'm thankful for that. Thank you, people.